when you play the hero, you're the hero. And it's the tragedy of the hero, because the hero is just not as interesting all the time. But you gotta have a hero. It's like that Tina Turner song, the Thunderdome song. We don't need another hero. We don't need another war. But you do need the hero because you have to have the balance. So Paul and I have gone from like hero, villain, hero, villain. And you can always tell when one of us is the hero, because it's like, you guys ready to rehearse? Sure. No, I'm ready. Let's do it. Let's run these lines.
Your lines are always great, though. Damon.
I have the best freaking lines on television.
Yeah.
I mean, not that I deliver them well all the time, but I try. And there's something to be said for that. But, you know, look. Here's the funny thing. It will always be this way in storytelling. The hero, while maybe on the, you know, the one sheet or the movie poster, or it's the hero coming through the flame, there's always a bad guy, the smarmy guy with like the eye and the good lines, who always captures your heart because he's a dick and he's scary and he's dangerous. He's got great lines. It's the weird tragedy of the hero, you know?
Everyone likes a bad boy, though.
Yeah, I know.
You know? But we like seeing you be... I've enjoyed your character development throughout the show. I think...
We have to have the up and down. I mean, girls love the bad boy. I mean, look, I will say this, not to like drag us down in a bunch of sort of like heavy shit, but these things right here...
Sorry,
you have that Spider-Man app too, don't you?
Yeah, it's bad.
Shatter.
Don't cut yourself.
I know, I already cut my ear earlier.
So did I.
You really?
Yeah, but I'm waiting for my upgrade. Sorry, you can move on.
But because we are so invested in what we now commonly refer to as shipping, this term, by the way, I didn't know this term until Paul and Nina and I shot the cover of Entertainment Weekly. And it was that cover that Entertainment Weekly really sort of introduced the word shipping. We didn't know what the hell that was. I think that was in like 2010 or something, 2011. But because we are so engaged in these stories, now this is going back to the bad guys and the good guys, we need good guys in the world, because what we're now doing, look around the world, look at all the insanity of what we're doing to each other as a people. We're now spewing more hate on these little devices at each other as a result of being engaged in two characters. It's crazy, and it's running out of control. Just be aware of it. Online, if you're super passionate about two characters versus two other characters, or now this character sucks, this character's great, let's be impassioned, but let's be reasonable. We don't need to call each other the worst names in the world and go posting on people's boards and stuff like super negative, hateful shit. It's entertainment, guys. It's a TV show or a movie. You know what I mean? I mean, it freaks me out, and I don't want the negative to prevail. But honestly, I don't even know if I want to stay on social media.
Don't leave.
It's getting to a place that's unacceptable. So let's enjoy the bad boys on screen, and let's be the good boys in life. You know what I mean? And let's empower each other through that. You know what I mean? By the way, yeah, you look good.
Thanks, my dude.
And my man, in my mind, man, you just birthday suit, dog.
Don't worry, we'll take a photo op with my girl. Can't wait to meet you.
Let's do it, brother. Appreciate you, man. You guys are so awesome. Thank you for the love. It's really...
We love you right back.
It's so fun. I have not slept since Thursday. And being in a room with all of you and all the energy and all the goodness that you give to me keeps me going. Truly. Who needs coffee? Love you back. I have you guys. Talk to me, woman.
Question in here.
Well, let me just say, I'm completely nervous, so I might First, I want to say hello to you from all of my students back in Indy. They knew I was coming and they wanted me to say hello.
How old are they?
Well, 7 to 14 is at
Oh
this
wow, you're an educator.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can we give her a round of applause? Educating our youth is the single most important thing on the planet right now, and you are doing it, and they pay you shit, and you take it seriously, and that needs to change, but thank you from the bottom of my heart for being an educator.
Thank you. Donors choose. If you really want to help donate to teachers, donors choose. Just throwing that out there.
That's awesome.
Anyways, I wanted to say something else, but it brought me to this. Bonnie and Damon became friends. Never thought it would happen. This season, with Elena being gone, and big part of it's because of her, will Damon stay friends with her?
Damon's the shit. Not only is Kat Graham my sister, but retardedly talented and rad, and my girl. You know, it's like the perfect recipe for a cool relationship. I've tried to kill you 25 times. You're my dead, sleeping girlfriend's best friend, and you're the reason she's there to begin with, and I didn't kill you when I probably should have. I look at you every 2 seconds and think about throwing you in front of a moving vehicle. But I love you. And you're super hot.
She gives you shit.
And you give me shit. So what is one to do? I think Bayman just rocks. And Kat Graham and I love working together because we have the same acting coach, this woman Ivana Chubbuck. So we get to work with her individually, then we get to work together, and we have all these cool like secret communications and shit. That's why Bonnie and Damon are so fun together. And actually why they kept Bonnie and Damon away from each other for so many seasons, because it was all supposed to be about Damon and Elena, Damon and Elena. But when you saw Bonnie and Damon on screen, there was an undeniable chemistry. There was something there that they kept down. You know what I'm saying?
Will it get romantic this season? Maybe.
Maybe if he gets her drunk enough.
At least bourbon.
You gotta get witches drunk to get in there.
Thank you so much.
Hey, thanks for being so awesome.
Move to this side over here.
Hey, lady.
Hi, my name is Irina, and
Hi,
I'm the
I'm
biggest
Ian.
fan. Hi, we both have I names.
And my name is in your name.
And my last name starts with an S too, so I'm also IS.
So we're in it together.
Yeah. I've been the biggest fan for the longest time, and I know most people are gonna ask you about Vampire Diaries or maybe Lost, but I want you to think all the way back to Young Americans.
Oh wow, yeah.
Which is the first place I ever saw you, and I just fell in love.
That was a cool little show, man.
Yeah, so I'd really like to hear a story about the set or the cast or something from there. I know it was a while ago, but...
That was a long time ago. There was a show that I did that actually... Yeah, there was a guy, a writer, producer named Stephen Anton, who actually... I was in LA shooting, I had a contract with Guess Jeans, like the clothing company, and it was pilot season, and this guy named Stephen Anton, this producer, who's since become like my brother, he gave me my first job, saw my headshot in a stack, and said, "That guy, where is he? Call him." And they said, okay. They searched for me. I was in LA shooting a Guess campaign. They wanted to read me for this pilot, and I'd been studying. Of course I wanted to do a show. And I had to beg, and he was so sweet to do it, Paul Marciano, the guy that owned Guess, to let me out of my contract a few days and not sue me. So I could go audition for this TV show, and I got the damn show. And it was me and Kate Bosworth, Matt Zuckery, Kate Minnick, who else? Charlie Hunnam. All these people that were in this show, and it was this beautiful little little TV show about a small town, kids in high school, learning the ropes of sex and dealing with things. And it was really cool, and it was in 1999. And we shot that pilot in Atlanta in 1999. And then I'm living there, literally, in 2015. 16 years later. That was a great show. We were all really young. We shot in Baltimore. I've never been more hungover on a set ever in my life. When you're 21 and you're living the dream, I mean, I took my work very, very seriously, but I also took my after work very, very seriously. And it was just an amazing moment in time. Living in Baltimore and like taking the water taxi to work and watching Kate Bosworth grow up to become someone not 15. And it was amazing. And those moments, you know, you go back and you think about, there was, I don't remember what it was a special, I don't know if it was Oscars or something. I remember they were doing a tribute to Gene Hackman's life. And Gene Hackman's like sitting in the front row, and then on these Jumbotrons, they flash, you know, 30 years acting of all of his work, which is pretty amazing. I know I'm boring you, I'm sorry, I'll make it faster. But you're watching this amazing man. I think Gene Hackman's one of the best actors ever walked the face of the planet. He's incredible. But you're watching him look up at this screen of his entire life go by. So he watched himself go from this young man to this super accomplished, mature gentleman in the course of 25 seconds on this giant screen with like 20 million people watching. And if you look at the video, you watch his eyes and they well up because he's looking at a cross-section of his life through fast forward. And I just thought, shit, man, that's going to be me one day. And I always go back to Young Americans, and I'm going to think, one day, I'm going to think back to when I was 20 years old, running around Baltimore, shooting this little TV show. And it touched so many people. I have people coming up to me on the streets all over the place, just missing that show. So, again, we love story. We've been storytellers since we were cavemen. And the one thing that we have to recognize, again, is that every story, every character, from cave paintings to Damon, are just archetypes. They're all archetypes that we somehow connect to. There are elements in them that resonate with us, that we want to be, or we don't want to be, or we just can't get enough of, or it's those guilty pleasures. And it's such a cool thing that bonds us. So again, let it bond us, not separate us to where we want to bludgeon each other with really awful language and do that kind of shit. I love being in this position to be experiencing all this stuff with you guys. It's a really unique place. And now, in the 21st century that we have all these things, it's really just become so interactive. It's amazing. You know, I get to talk to millions and millions of people a day. You know, I am thankful to say that my social reach is something like 300 million people a month. That's insane. It's a lot of people. And so, hopefully, as I get better as an artist, which I will, I promise, and as I grow as a man, and as a friend and colleague and husband or parent or any of these things, I want to use entertainment to tell stories, but also make the world better. And I think it's now that's the time to do it. Thank you for that.
Thank you so much.
See you later, lady.
I think we have time for about 2 more.
Shit, I'll go faster. Go, 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 go.
Question.
I'm
Go.
interested.
Go. Sorry, I didn't mean to make you nervous.
So I've always been interested with like middle-aged people doing fantasy things. So have you always been interested?
Keep going.
Like, have you ever felt that it was awkward because you still win, like, Teen Choice Awards?
Keep going. No, I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. You know, what's that? No, not even a little bit. I definitely see what you mean. And you know what? It's actually been amazing. Every day I walk into my dressing room in Vampire Diaries, and it's all surfboards. A lot of surfboards. And I'm grateful to my supernatural brother who won this year. I've been so fortunate for 6 years. 6 years in a row, I won all those awards, and it's the coolest thing ever. And I'm very happy to pass the torch. I'm very happy. I also think a lot of people are really pissed at Delana and me for being married, not to Elena. Not a real person. But in my middle-aged years, I feel pretty confident that as these gray hairs come in, and as my speech starts to slur, my motor functions diminish, I'm gonna still keep kicking ass. And I'm spending my life, my time, my money, my energy on those teens and building a world for them to grow and function. So, those little shits better love me. Because it's hard work changing this backwards ass snow globe that we live on and all the policies that we've created for one another. No, I'm joking. I love it, and it's the coolest thing in the world. The energy of my demographic, or the biggest one, is 12 to 34-year-old females, which, by the way, is the most powerful group of people in the world. Period. I do a lot of studies about the world. I know a lot about these things. We know as a statistical fact, that an educated, empowered woman in a household doubles the GDP of that household. Therefore, doubles the GDP of that town, that province, that country, that continent. Empowered, educated women are what will change the fucking world. And that's what we have to focus on. Kids. Hopefully I'm a good parent.
I think you'll do a great job. Just don't take any tips from Damon. Don't do that.
I won't take any tips from Damon.
Well, I think that's actually all the time we have.
Oh no! Go fast!
So, one more
Quickly.
question.
Go.
This is actually a crossover question. Do you think that the creators of the originals will ever do a crossover where Damon comes into the series?
You know they're the same creators, right?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm just letting you know. That's also Julie's show. Julie Plec, my girl, is crushing. She has 3 shows.
Fierce female.
On the same, Fear is actually the sweetest female in the world. Julie Plec has 3 shows on the same network in the same city. She's killing it. I mean, really killing it. This woman works tirelessly so that you guys have great entertainment. Again, you know, look, I wouldn't be opposed to Damon, Steph, Elijah, and Niklaus just crushing Vegas one weekend. That would be pretty cool, I think. Watch out, ladies. listen, guys, I can never thank you enough if I tried for this amount of energy and love. And I'm sorry that I have bored the shit out of you for, what have I been up here?
45 minutes, you can never be boring, ever.
But I love you guys, and I thank you guys. And do me a favor, there are a lot of things to do in the world. I promise you, I've seen it. I see it systematically change people's lives. At some point throughout the day, or right now, because there's no time like the present, go to our ISF booth. It's booth 826. The shit that we have going on is literally going to span generation upon generation upon generation. And it's the stuff that, whatever side of the aisle you're on, the upper echelons of not just the United States government, but every government in the world is appreciating what we're doing, and we will literally implement policy and change the planet through young people and each other. Go check it out. It'll blow your mind what we're doing. Have an amazing, amazing day. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I look forward to seeing you guys out on the field out there.
Thanks, Ian.
Hey, thank you. Give this lady a round of applause. Thank you for oh, thank you, thank you, thank you.